Aaron Rodgers and the Jets' summer plans, along with their likely destinations for new free agent Dalvin Cook. But we start in South Florida. Game 4, NBA Finals loading, 8:30 Eastern, ABC. Nuggets lead the series 2-1, and they're kind of on a heater when they're not in Denver. They've won 4 straight road playoff games, the longest streak in franchise history. Should they win tonight, the Nuggets will have a chance to become the 4th team to go unbeaten on the road in the Conference Division Finals and the NBA Finals. Of course, the Heat have something to say about that. They're trying to avoid falling down 3-1. Teams are 1-35 when trailing 3-1 in the finals. You know, though, the team that came back, 2016, those Cavaliers who took down the 73-win Warriors.
They'll have their hands full tonight, Al, with a duo of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, who are each averaging at least 25, 5, and 5 dimes. The only other duo to ever average that over an entire final series was Kevin Durant and Steph Curry back in 2017 and 2018 with the Warriors. Now, keep this in mind. The Heat are 7-1 when Kyle Lowry scores more than 10 points this postseason. He's taken a backup role, and they're 6-7 when he does not score 10 or more. Our NBA Countdown crew is there, and they got you covered. Greeny, take it away.
All right, Kevin, thank you so very much. And we are here in the room where it happens. They are rehearsing the national anthem behind us in case you hear that right now. And folks are starting to file in on a typically hot day here in South Florida. And we are ready for what we hope will be a fabulous one tonight. The Heat in desperate need of a win to even up this series here in Game 4. There's Jalen, there's Michael Wilbon, Greeny here, and Stephen A. I will start with you. What does Miami have to do tonight, specifically, to even up these finals at 2 games apiece?
Shoot threes. Now, I know that sounds very simplistic, and Jalen and Wilbon are going to look at me and say, come on, you could do better than that. I wouldn't blame you under normal circumstances, but damn it, I've been right. Since the beginning of the Eastern Conference Finals, in the 5 games that the Miami Heat have won, they've shot 48% from three-point range. In the 5 games they've lost, they've shot 34%. Going up against Boston, they were losing in second chance points, fast break points, field goal percentage shooting, etc. Their claim to fame, the key ingredient to them winning is hitting three-point shots. When you do that, it's the ultimate neutralizer, particularly in a series of this magnitude. Jokic coming at you, Murray coming at you. You've got to answer the bell when brothers like that are coming at you. 2 guys in the same team with 30-point triple-doubles in the same game, that is not normal because this team is not normal. You want to get at them, outshoot them from three-point range.
Okay, I'm not going to look at you like you're crazy, but that better not be the only thing they do. If they let Jokic and Murray go for 2 30-point triple-doubles again, they're going to lose, even if they shoot 50% from 3. So you can't stop them, but you got to slow them. You got to do something to discourage them. You just can't go under and let Jamal Murray have clean looks time after time coming off screens in this game, or he'll do what he did last game. So they got to play better defensively, and they cannot get dominated in the paint like they did in Game 3.
Eric Spoelstra is, for my money, the best coach in the game. And he's tried everything. 2-3, 1-2-2, drop coverage, hedge and show. I think the thing they need to do tonight against the pick and roll for Jokic and Jamal Murray is play smaller, have 4 shooters around Bam, and just switch. That's what they have to do, because that pick and roll last game, whether Murray was handling it, if you double him, guess what he doing? He dropping it back to the Joker, 4-on-3, and either scoring down the lane or dropping it off to a shooter or somebody in the dunk spot.
So the Nuggets are trying to win a championship here in the immediate future. They also are making moves to address their longer-term future. So I want to bring Woj in on that, because today I happen to be seated right next to Woj, while I think I saw him do something I'm not sure anyone has ever done before, and that is break news of a trade involving a team that is in the finals during the finals. What happened with that, Woj?
Yeah, that was a new one today, Greeny. The Denver Nuggets picked up 3 draft picks in a deal with Oklahoma City today, I'm told. Denver gets the 37th pick in this year's draft from Oklahoma City. They also get a first round and a second round pick in 2024. They'll send out a first round pick in 2029 to OKC, who has 15 of them between now and 2029. But you know what's happening here with the Denver Nuggets is they are trying to maximize this window around Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. And when you have 3 max players on your roster, financial flexibility is going to be really difficult for the Nuggets going forward. This gives them the opportunity to get at some other, low-cost young players in the draft, and also now have some trade assets to perhaps move up. This year, Christian Brown at number 21 turned out to be a pick that Calvin Booth, their general manager, got in last year's draft. That's contributed all the way through the playoffs, and they're going to need to find some more of those guys as they had to try to win more than just one title.
All right, outstanding, Woj. We'll see you as the night goes on. It was fascinating for me to see the sausage getting made there. He's on the phone. All of a sudden, I'm my Twitter feed, and there it was. So that's how our evening begins. Again, we'll be counting it down to Game 4 tonight. The Heat in desperate need of a win to try and even this up. We'll have more from here, but right now, Kevin and Elle will go back to you.
Greeny, thank you so much. More from Countdown ahead on SportsCenter, where Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray stellar
teams that are looking to spend that much at this point in the offseason. And the Odell Beckham contract in Baltimore was a surprise to a lot of teams in terms of its magnitude, and it may have affected Hopkins' expectations for his own deal, which honestly could be a thing that slows it down.
Yeah, let's stay tuned. Dan Graziano with the latest. Thank you.
Hannah, NBA Finals Game 4 tonight in Miami with the Denver Nuggets on a roll, having won 4 consecutive road playoff games, the longest streak in franchise history. Should Denver win tonight, this is the mountain Miami will be facing. Teams are 1-35 when trailing 3-1 in the finals, with the only win by the 2016 Cavaliers. So what should the Heat prioritize tonight to make sure this series is 2-2 and not 3-1, headed back to Denver? It is First Take's Last Take.
It's getting back to their defensive identity. And when the Heat are at their best, we see activity, right? We see active hands, we see deflections, we see steals. They're getting out in transition, getting easy looks. And also, we talk about how disciplined they are. Well, they wasn't disciplined enough in Game 3.
Miami was the least efficient offensive team during the regular season. What was their average? 109.5 points per game. Guess what? These finals, Denver, who averaged more than 119 a game. Denver, Game 1, 104 points. Denver, Game 2, 108 points. Denver, Game 3, 109 points. It's not like they've been dropping 130 or 140 on Miami. Miami's defense has been good enough. It hasn't been great, but it's been good enough. The problem is they can't score when they're not shooting the ball well enough. That's the problem. They've got to be able to Gabe Vincent's, the Duncan Robinsons, the Caleb Martins, the Max Strus, the Kyle Lowrys, the Jimmy Butlers of the world. You got to be able to hit some of these perimeter shots, especially when you're devoid of an interior offensive post presence. They're even giving up perimeter shots to Miami's big man, Bam Adebayo, because they know compared to Jokic,